In this video, we're going to completely uncover a $3.8 million per month Shopify store in a niche that you've never considered, I guarantee you, because it's seemingly boring and unexciting. However, when you actually dive into it, you'll see that this niche is a sleeping giant. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. What I'm talking about is a brand called Lion Brand Yarn. And as you see here, they're doing $3.8 million per month in revenue. Now, what they do is they're a crochet pattern brand. So they sell patterns for people to crochet and also some yarn. So they got yarn, they got patterns. So they're selling the shovels to people that want to get into crocheting. Now, crocheting, surprisingly, is super stable of a trend and it's only growing. Look at this. It's just actually wild to me because I figured that crochet was a thing of the past. I thought it was something my mom and grandma did, but I guess it's continuing to get passed down through generations and it's just continuing to be bigger and bigger, which is actually pretty cool. It makes me reassess my whole perspective on it. But as you see, what they're doing is nothing that crazy. The website's not even that good. It's honestly very simple. So let's take a look at some of the patterns because to me, this is the most interesting section since patterns, here's the hack, are free to fulfill. So what I mean by that is they're generally digital products. So for example, with this, a lumbar pillow, we actually did a video on TikTok about the lumbar pillow trend, and on Twitter, I dropped a video, or not a video, but just like some research on it from the Akemi Lab, where we post research every day. And the lumbar pillows are a massive trend right now. But not just that, crocheting, it also is a massive trend. So these people are combining the two, and it's pretty unbelievable. Actually, you can download the trend for free or the pattern for free, but then you can customize the yarn that you get, and you can actually just buy the lumbar pillow yourself and then cover it with whatever yarn you want. That's actually really cool. That's different than from what I thought. And it just goes to show how you can be very original with these kinds of things. I've never thought about crocheting as a potential niche to target with a business on Shopify, but now I'm starting to really understand it because you can really build a solid community around it, a solid experience that people can invest into, and people love investing in experiences. People like to buy things that are, ritualistic, things that they can do for fun, and this is a perfect one. And also it ties in well with the trend of natural ingredients, natural fabrics, and things that don't have toxic chemicals in them. This is a massive trend that's rising right now. So it's no surprise to me that this brand is doing so well. So if we actually take a look at their traffic, we can see that it's only rising. And this is really a good thing to note. I really love finding brands that are on the come up because it's kind of insane how they just really follow the same exact trajectory that we see from Google Trends, which just leads me to think it's really all a numbers game. Now, they have a massive following on Instagram, which is really good to see. I could see this being really effective with short form content, such as what they're doing here, because you could just literally make infinite content of people using your fabrics, your yarn, your patterns to create some incredible stuff and make videos about it. And that's exactly what they're doing. Each video does super well. Now, they're also doing stuff on Pinterest, nothing too crazy though. And then, of course, they are on YouTube. But again, they're not doing anything too crazy on YouTube either. I definitely suggest that they should post their YouTube shorts or their Instagram Reels to YouTube Shorts. I see they're posting other YouTube Shorts, but why not also just repost all this content to YouTube Shorts? This is something a lot of brands are not doing, which to me is funny because you literally can just hire one person to be distributing all of your content across all platforms, even Pinterest, for example, and 10x your reach. I mean, I get it. We don't do it a lot with our brands either sometimes just because it does take effort. But if you're a business that's making $3 million a month, you can make one more hire to do this or allocate one of your team members to start doing this. And I think the more you can actually realize the power of organic social media marketing, the more you're going to actually be able to find more success with your paid ads as well, which sounds counterintuitive. But the more you think about it, the more traffic you drive to your store outside of ads, the more that your ads will recapture those visitors. And therefore will be more effective since people are already familiar with your brand. So hopefully that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, then the best way to try to rationalize why organic is good is that it costs zero money to actually create content. So you can literally create content for free as long as you have a phone or some sort of camera. And ads do cost money. I'm a big fan of ads, but again, not everybody has the money to invest into ads. I do. Fortunately for me, I reinvest a lot of my money into more tests, and that's how I keep building my snowball. But hopefully this taught you something. Hopefully you learned something from this video, found an interesting niche to create a business around, some interesting marketing strategies. Again, I think consistency is the key with everything. This brand to me is a perfect example of something that's just not really perfect, but works so well and has so much momentum behind it. This brand doesn't look like it has a 10K plus theme or anything. Like, it's actually pretty simply designed, but it works. And that's a great lesson to learn. So that's about it. See ya.